Hello and welcome back to my channel, where today I'm going to be comparing these two green palettes. This is the Avocado Toast palette from BH Cosmetics, and this is Dirty Martini from Glamlite. I will say, one of the reasons that I started a YouTube channel was because there was some content that I, as a consumer, was searching for and could not find. For example, I owned the Avocado Toast palette when Glamlite launched the Dirty Martini, and I loved the colors of Dirty Martini, but a lot of photos that I saw looked very similar to Avocado Toast, and I couldn't find any resource, whether it was a video or an article or a blog post or anything, that compared the two palettes side by side. And I thought, well, do I want to spend money on Glamlite's new launch if I already basically have those colors more or less duped in a separate palette? Or if I end up owning both palettes, do they both add value to my collection, or can I get rid of one? So that is what today's video is all about. I'm going to provide that content for you because you may be looking for that information, and now I can give it to you. So if you haven't been here before, hello and welcome. My name is Rachel. I'm just a homeschooling stay-at-home mom who loves colorful eyeshadow. And if you would like to see tutorials or comparisons, swatches, collection declutters, ranking videos, anything like that, then this is the right place for you, and I hope you will consider liking and subscribing. You can comment below, and don't forget that you can find me on Instagram as well at Shimmers and Silver. Now, let's get right to it. Okay, so I had actually filmed myself swatching both of these palettes as well as naming the shades as I went. And then I realized that my phone was set in slow-mo. So I have a 15-minute video of me moving in extremely slow motion, which is extremely unhelpful for you. So my arms are already swatched. This one got a little bit smeared, so I'm just gonna touch that up really quickly. And what I'm going to do is name the shades and just point them out on my arm as we go. This is the Avocado Toast palette. So I'm gonna name the shades from here to the end. They are Avocado, Pink Salt, Expensive, Spicy, Lemon Pepper, Avo Toast, Ripe, Haas, Over Easy, Superfood, Paprika, Pit, Green Juice, Guac, Extra, and Holy Moly. And then on this side, from this side of my arm over to this end, this is the Dirty Martini palette from Glamlite. And these shade names are Dirty Martini, On the Rocks, Just a Splash, Chilled, High Class, Gin, Classic, Vodka-tini, Green Olive, Crisp, Mix It Up, Garnish, Extra Dirty, Olive Lover, and Dry Vermouth. So that's the Glamlite side of things, and I'm sorry that I didn't swatch on video. I'm trying to get this video done while my baby takes her nap, and so I considered wiping it all off and starting again, but it just takes up too much time. So here are the palettes swatched up and side by side. You can see that the colors from the Dirty Martini palette are much more vibrant than Avocado Toast. And I think at the end of the day, it's really just a matter of preference, but I'm going to, let's see, it's kind of hard to compare them. I can see how the palettes are similar. You know, you've got this shade here is like a green teal, and then this is a blue version, but very similar color tone, and then you've got that on this side over here. But this one's just much more rich and deep. And then you've got this green right here. Shall I name these? I feel like I should name them. The two blues on the Avocado Toast side are Ripe and Guac. This is Ripe and this is Guac. And again, they're very similar, but this one's more green, this one's more blue. Whereas on the Dirty Martini side, this blue is called Mix It Up. And it's a super deep tone. It's got a little hint of green to it, but it's mainly just a very deep oceanic sea blue sort of color. And then we have this green right here, which is called Green Olive. It's a very limey sort of matte. And this green over here is called, well, Dirty Martini. And those two remind me of this green here, which is called Avo Toast. The Avocado Toast palette doesn't have any other light matte greens. It's got a deep matte green here called Superfood. And then Dirty Martini has a deep green over here called Dry Vermouth. And then as far as shimmers go, there is a blue shimmer in the Avocado Toast palette. This is called Green Juice, but it's a very gray, silvery blue shimmer. Whereas the blue shimmer in this palette, we've got two. We've got this one here, which is super bright, called Gin. And then we have this shimmer here, which is called On the Rocks, and this one's a little more comparable to Avocado Toast, except this one has a lot more blue and green undertones than, well, I guess they're actually pretty similar. You know what, I'm going to swatch them next to each other. This is On the Rocks from Dirty Martini compared to Green Juice from Avocado. Oh yeah, they're actually pretty similar. Dirty Martini still has a lighter tone and more pigment, but they're actually quite close. What else is close? So from the Dirty Martini palette, this is the shade Chilled, and the closest I can come up to is here. It's kind of a combination of this shimmer plus this matte, but brought into another shimmer. So this is the Chilled from Dirty Martini, and this is Expensive from Avocado Toast. The Dirty Martini palette does not have any pink shades, so these two are both kind of not comparable with anything else. This is the shade Classic from Dirty Martini, and I'm going to compare it to Guac from Avocado Toast. They're quite similar. I'm taking Dry Vermouth from Dirty Martini and comparing it to the Superfood shade of Avocado Toast. Avocado is more gray, and this one from Dirty Martini is a lot brighter. It's still a deep forest green, but it has more of a yellow undertone. I think the High Class shade in Vodka Martini is a pretty good comparison to Lemon Pepper. High Class has a much deeper green undertone, and Lemon Pepper is a little more yellowy, a little more gold. It's just not quite as rich. I think the Extra Dirty shade in Dirty Martini can be compared to Pit in the Avocado Toast palette, but it's not nearly as red, and there's really nothing in Dirty Martini that will compare to this more orange tone. You could also compare it to this shade over here, which is the Holy Moly shade. This is still extra dirty on my finger compared to Holy Moly and Pit of Avocado Toast. And then let's just, since we're doing this, let's look at those matte greens. I want to find something to work with the matte green in Avocado Toast. And I think that's going to be, I think the closest match is Garnish from Dirty Martini. It's a lot deeper though. It's more of a mossy green and less spring green. But just for comparison, I'll take the other two matte greens, because there's really only one light matte green in Avocado Toast, and we've already compared the dark greens. So the other two matte greens in Dirty Martini are Dirty Martini and Green Olive. So here's Dirty Martini, we'll compare it up here. And here's Green Olive. Green Olive is actually, I don't know, the color in Avocado Toast is kind of a combination of these two light shades from Dirty Martini. It's a lighter spring green, but it has this darker tone to it. I think the two of them combined is a better match for this shade than that one. But these are the three greens from Dirty Martini, and there's just one light green matte in Avocado Toast. Sorry, my arm is like, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I think the shade Crisp from the Dirty Martini palette would be a decent comparison over here for the shade Extra in Avocado Toast. Extra actually looks like more of a duochrome. It seems to have like a blue shift to it, whereas Crisp definitely has a more silvery shift. There's no yellow in Dirty Martini. There's no very light highlight shade like this one over here. There's no pink. And that's about it for like closer comparisons. There are a few shades in Dirty Martini that I can't really find good comps for or dupes for in the Avocado Toast palette, and they would be mainly these shimmers over here. This one, this one. So those are the side-by-side comparisons. I think at the end of the day, it really comes down to the depth and the brilliance that you personally like in your eyeshadow looks. If you prefer more dusty or grungy or muted tones, then Avocado Toast is a really great palette. It's really good quality, it's high quality, it gives you a lot of options, it gives you a nice range of light to dark and mattes and shimmers. It's a really solid palette. It has the more unique shades of yellow and pink. So if you like the more muted tones or grungy or olivey greens, like more brown-based tones, then Avocado Toast is probably a really good palette for you. On the other hand, if you like much more vibrant, brilliant eyeshadow colors, if you're comfortable wearing these very pigmented colors, then the Dirty Martini is an excellent choice, because not only does it also offer a great formula, but it offers a wider range of matte greens, and it has its own unique standout shades like these up here and this one right here, which just bring it to a different level. So if you like the really pigmented, really bright colors, then I would suggest Dirty Martini. For my own personal preferences, if you've watched anything on my channel, it's probably not going to be too difficult for you to figure out which one I like better, and that is the Dirty Martini palette. I just adore these vibrant, pigmented, brilliant, bright tones. I think they're so pretty. Pretty much all of these colors also look good on my skin tones. I have like cool blue undertones, and all of these colors work. Whereas on me, these colors, they just don't pop. They kind of settle into my skin, and they tend to look dustier. They tend to look a lot less exciting, less vibrant, because they naturally are less vibrant, but they can make me look tired because they're not bright enough to really pop on my face. So now that I have looked at these two palettes side by side, and I have the comparisons, and I have video evidence that I can go back and look at, I think I am going to declutter the Avocado Toast palette. Even though it's cute, it's good quality, it's got some cute shade names, I can declutter and pass that on to somebody who has different eyeshadow preferences and different undertones in their skin, and they will get a lot of use out of it and a lot of joy out of it. And I will stick with my Dirty Martini palette, which is a lot of fun and really beautiful, and I am very drawn to all of these colors and shades. And it's also the second time that I've tried Glamlite formula, and I love BH Cosmetics, great formula, but I would say formula-wise, Glamlite has to take the cake, because you notice I had to build up these shadows a little bit more, probably because they're more muted and dustier. These shadows, it was one swipe and done, and they are all vibrant and just rich and luxurious. So that is my video comparing the Dirty Martini palette to the Avocado Toast palette, and I have provided the internet with something which I couldn't find before. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's there now, but there you go. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna go wash off my arm and make lunch for my daughter, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!